It was a peak of when the entire world was realizing that we would have to go back to our roots. That is, going back to our organic product. The nature itself has so much to offer. It is just that we go blind. Our entire body is itself is constituted in chemicals. So a little bit of changes here and there, also a lot of difference it makes.
So there, ladies and gentlemen, a chemist's view to Ayurveda. Welcome to Giving Wings to Her Dreams with Dr. Arun B. in collaboration with eMERG, the podcast where real women entrepreneurs share the bold decisions, quiet battles, and breakthrough moments behind their road to success. I'm your host, Dr. Arun Bharadwaj, an international keynote speaker, a breakthrough coach, and a growth mentor. My engineering happiness workshops have touched more than 500,000 lives worldwide and inspired transformation in individuals and organizations to be their best. In each episode of this podcast, you will hear the story of a woman who chose courage over comfort and decided to follow her dreams to become the best version of herself. You will discover the specific actionable strategies, mindsets, and systems that truly give wings to her dreams. Whether you are just starting your entrepreneurial journey or getting ready for your next big leap, takeaways from these conversations will give you clarity, confidence, and at least one concrete step you can take today to give wings to your own dreams. Join me on this transformational journey from good to great. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to have in the studio Ms. Niteshri, the visionary behind Riches Laboratories, manufacturer of Nesar brand, an Ayurvedic and herbal skin and hair care company that blends traditional wisdom with modern science to create natural solutions that work. She has built Nesar on authentic formulations, clean ingredients, and visible results. Along the way, Niteshri has transformed Nesar into an award-winning brand. She is truly the hero next door, quietly building a global dream from the ground up. So let's hear the inside story behind Nesar and explore the dilemmas and breakthroughs that brought her here today. It's a pleasure to have with us Ms. Niteshri. She is the co-founder of Riches Laboratories. Riches has a brand called Nesar, which is providing people Ayurvedic and herbal options to maintain well-being. And we are going to learn her secret sauce to success today. Welcome, Nityashree, to this podcast.
Thank you so much, Dr. Arun, for inviting me to your podcast and also introducing my brand Nesar over here. Thank you so much for having me here.
So your journey started as a banker. You were working after your MBA and commerce degree. You were working with the very popular bank ANZ. And then from ANZ to this switch to Ayurveda and herbal medicine. That's quite transformational. How did that shift happen?
That's a kind of a journey that I had. Yes, of course, me being the only daughter or a child for my parents, it's a little tough. And I was in Manila when the whole transition kind of happened, when my father said, I need you and I need you in the business now. So please join me back. So I had to come back, quit my job. And I was thinking as to what can be done. But getting into a chemical industry and me not coming from a chemistry background was a very difficult journey. But also at the same time, me and my father had this vision, we would have to diversify it into any other field. Yes, chemical is always there. That's a running business. But this is the time when we can change ourselves into something. And that is when there was this whole lot of shift in the world towards the organic product.
So Nityashree, finally, can I call you Nitya?
Yes, please.
Nitya, so finally your dad accepted that you have proven yourself, right? And he called you back to join his business?
Yes, absolutely. And I was waiting for that time. So, yeah.
So he was running chemical industry.
Yeah.
So there was another shift about to take place now from chemicals to natural products, right? Ayurvedic and herbal medicine. How did that happen?
It was a peak of when the entire world was realizing that we would have to go back to our roots. That is, going back to our organic product or even to an Ayurveda-based product also. So there was this whole lot of shift around, and we thought, why not we get into the right time? So that's when I kind of took a help with my father's experience, since he comes from a chemical background, and I was made to sit with a lot of chemistry lecturers and professors and Ayurvedic doctors also, just to understand how our body behaves. It could be what we take internally, or it could be what we apply even on an external basis. So how it reacts, and what are the as per my dad says that our entire body is itself is constituted in chemicals. So a little bit of changes here and there, also a lot of difference it makes.
So, there, ladies and gentlemen, a chemist's view to Ayurveda that our whole body, and that's true also, is ultimately made with molecules and chemicals and everything else, right? Even our
Yes,
emotions are actually chemicals, I came to know.
absolutely, that's right.
So, this is a topic of my interest because
Mhm.
my research, my doctoral research is actually on happiness and ancient wisdom. And I'm big time reliant on, or I have a lot of faith in our natural remedies.
Mhm.
Sometimes I wonder, we human beings keep talking about osteoporosis, knee pain, joint pain, etc. What about those elephants so heavy, right? But they
Absolutely.
know by the natural methods how to replenish their bodies and get all the nutrients they seek.
Absolutely, you're very true. And the nature itself has so much to offer for us. I mean, if you're really been born and brought up in a tropical environment like India, and especially within South India, the nature itself offers you enough products. I wouldn't say products, but the natural ingredients for us to use it. But it is just that we go blind with all the false marketing that happens.
Okay. I see another interesting combination happening here. Usually, when I speak with folks who are doing chemicals, that means inorganic products, and the natural products, there's this kind of rift between the two because they are positioning their products. And here, somebody who has lived his life, created a business out of chemicals, is gravitating towards Ayurveda, natural herbs. Did you think, or do you think, his background, his experience somehow contributed to success of Nesar?
Absolutely, definitely yes. Because we used to supply a lot of chemicals to pharma industries are one of them, but the major industry that we were supplying it to was to aromatic industries and to the cosmetic industries. So we kind of knew what are the chemicals that are actually getting into our products, though it is being named in Ayurveda or organic or herbal, any jargon that you can give of the today's dates. But again, it is all again a lot of chemicals being used. So that's when we decided to kind of go back and rely on our nature.
So that's very interesting because, we just look at the label, and if it is green color, we believe that this is natural. Uh, Sometimes the product says natural, and then later it says natural color. It is not
Yeah.
even a natural product.
Yes.
So I was going through your life journey in your
Hmm.
bio, and I saw that a dilemma changed the course of your life sections. Usually, we face these dilemmas all the time, and the tougher ones are the ethical dilemmas. You
Yeah.
also faced an ethical dilemma, right? On one side, there was huge profit to be made, but on the other side was your conscience telling you this is not right. Tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. Dilemma is when, even before, as I was telling you, we were going through the process of getting it, changing, diversifying our business. That's when one of the companies that we had supplied chemicals to, they did offer us a dealership opportunity. And yes, trading definitely has a huge money in that. But the ingredients made me look back at what we are doing. So didn't really want to get into the dealership and giving a not so good product which can hamper the humans also. So that's when we kind of I just spoke to my dad and said that why don't we start off something very ethical, which is very natural, and let's stay honest. I know it's a journey that takes us to, but that's okay. Let's stick to what we decide. So that's the kind of discipline that we got into, and that's how Nesar was born.
Wonderful. Nesar,
Yeah,
the first ray of sun,
absolutely.
eliminating the darkness, bringing brightness of knowledge, and that's what Nesar is doing to the world. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my humble request to you. When you buy a product, do look at the label because the labels can lie. And you'll be surprised how deceiving sometimes the front labels, the colors on the products can be. But that's not what Nesar is about. Nesar is about utilizing natural products, providing to customers what is committed on the label. Which is your star product, Nitya? Which product generates the most revenue and has won you the most accolades?
There are two segments in over here. We have about 20 SKUs in Nesar, but out of the 20, we have one category in soaps, which is our Rakta Chandana, which is most famous after the Pushpa movie.
Can I just
Yeah,
take a look?
sure.
So, Rakt Chandana, ladies and gentlemen, Nitya mentioned Pushpa movie, and you would see Pushpa, the business that he was doing was actually about Rakt Chandana. So, very precious element of nature in the form of a soap.
Yes, that's right.
What is this good for?
It's very good for your acne, pimples, and it kind of gives you that glow within your skin.
Okay.
So that's how Rakta Chandana actually reacts.
So-
And that's also called as red sandalwood.
Red sandalwood.
Yes.
So this is not coming back to you because I want the glow on my face as
Definitely,
well.
definitely.
So how did you choose? Because I see most of your products are hair or skin related.
Yes.
So Ayurveda also is an ocean because there are solutions for every disease possible.
Yes.
Sometimes I get really, excited, exaggerated.
Mhm.
Sometimes I get really curious about how much our sages knew that without MRI, without X-rays, they were able to analyze human body, analyze all the diseases and provide solutions, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So how did you choose hair and skin?
My grandmother,
Okay.
I used to look at her skin and hair. It used to be so beautiful, even at her older years, before she could even pass away. Her skin was actually glowing a lot, and she was not using any of the current day's product. She used to rely only on the coconut oil and the castor oil of lot at
Okay.
that point in ages. And if you remember, Dr. Arun, I mean, we're very younger days of ours, where our grandmothers used to give us a chumpy on our head.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
and I used to cry because I never used to like the chumpy and the stickiness of the oil and everything. Nor did I know that tomorrow, in the future, I would be getting into the same world. But that chumpy actually helps out today too. So, you know, getting into those, ancestors knew what they wanted. So, as I even in the beginning of the podcast, I had mentioned that the nature itself has so much to offer. It is just that we go blind. So, in South India, especially, Rakta Chandana is one of the extinguishing category also now. But the government has made a lot of other schemes to protect it. So, but yes, Rakta Chandana has a lot of benefits. And to be honest, a lot of Ayurvedic doctors who's been associated with our company and our brand Nesar are promoting these products to their customers too.
And I think that's one of the very significant difference I see between the brands that I've interacted before and Nesar, because you are able to bring the two worlds together, the scientific world and the Ayurvedic world together.
Yes.
Is that your USP?
Definitely. Absolutely, yes. See, and also, do you remember eating moringa?
Yes, yes,
Famously known as the drumstick leaves.
yes.
It has so much in it to offer.
Okay.
In Kannada, there is a proverb which says "Hittil gida maddala," which means to say the trees or the herbs that are grown at your backyard. It's not called medicine.
Mm-hmm.
But in India, during the COVID, if you remember, our kitchens became a pharmacy.
Yeah,
Yeah, everybody had the kadas, everybody had their own decoctions to be prepared to protect from COVID and others. So moringa is also one such kind of a category that we still believe. The Westerners came in and they said now moringa is a superfood.
Okay.
So we all started believing that the moringa is the next fad, I would call it as.
So, Nesar,
Mm-hmm.
a brand that is around skin and hair,
Yes.
how's moringa utilized for these two?
Definitely, as the way how Rakta Chandana is very good for your skin, for your hair, Moringa actually helps you in reducing your hair fall.
Okay.
Because lot of now, with the hair colors and lot of
Water
baldness,
quality.
water quality. Yes, the TDS of the water does matter a lot, and also the intake.
Okay.
What kind of food that you're eating, also the lifestyle. In fact, that all hampers your hair,
Okay.
and a lot of them have complaints that my hair is just falling and I don't know what to do. Early graying, early baldness is actually way too much
Wow.
now.
So now you are touching on topics that I think are bothering a lot of Indians, especially people who are living in large metros,
Yes.
because I think the water quality levels are falling down, and that's causing a lot of hair fall, baldness, and
Yes.
hair care has become one of the very strong category within the wellness domain.
Yes.
Do you have a product for that as well?
Absolutely. We
And
do.
how good is that?
That the customers would have to tell me, which I've already got a couple of testimonies. But let me show you my Moringa shampoo.
Okay.
Here's the Moringa shampoo.
Okay.
Uh,
Wow.
You must be wondering why it's in a transparent bottle.
Yes.
Uh, that's how I really wanted the customers to know how good of a product it is.
Okay.
Because any shampoos which comes in the opaque bottle, uh, you just don't know what the ingredients are while you're buying it. So this is Moringa, where we've not added in any colors. That's the natural color of the shampoo.
Okay.
All you have to do is to just shake the bottle, because
Okay.
there are no stabilizers being used
That's good.
yeah. And so the sedimentation happens. So the only thing, it's a little bit of an effort in the morning just to shake the bottle for 2-3 seconds and we are good to use the shampoo.
If it stops my hair loss, I think that's worth the effort. Now, one challenge that I face whenever I'm interacting with any Ayurvedic entrepreneurs,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of things are just hearsay. When I ask them, you're making all these claims, what is the evidence behind it? And I think that's where probably the entrepreneurs who are listening, and if they are from the Ayurveda or natural medicine domain,
Mm-hmm.
the challenge they face is it's all anecdotal evidence. I say this product works, but there's no body of research behind it. And I believe that in the modern world where people are searching Google for everything, and the new generation is very curious about why and how, it is important to have that evidence base to establish a brand like this. What effort Nesar has put into that?
That's a very good question that you asked, Dr. Arun. Yeah, there's a lot of home-based products that you can actually see across the world. What makes Nesar different is that we have clinical trials. So even when we can decide on a particular product, whether this needs to be launched or not, how it can be launched. So the product has to go through a series of testings. So one of the testings is, the stability testing is something that we do. Along with that, we also do a clinical trial. So where the doctors actually do have a certain, kind of a testings that they would do, give it to the customer, ask them how it is. They take a actual feedback of the product. Or even if there is a small, maybe here and there, a little bit of a difference also, they would give us the same feedback. We would have to modify it. We have to correct the formulations and then give them the product. So based on that, our licenses are approved only after the clinical trials have been submitted.
Wonderful. So Nesar goes through a very rigorous process of testing, ensuring no inhibitory substances are within your product.
Yes.
And then you also go through validation where doctors actually test these products with their patients and provide you feedback. And based on that, you get Ayush license?
Yes. Ayush license is what we've taken.
Okay.
Yeah. So Ayush license is what required also.
That's amazing, because now I feel much safer utilizing these products than, knowing that it's just the label that people are putting and there's no backing of evidence or something behind them. Nitya, I'm enjoying the journey that you have taken so far, because in some ways I see myself also, enjoying the aspiration I had, and you are bringing them to reality. But entrepreneurial journey is never this smooth. There are bumps. Were there any road trips in which you also faced those bumps? You had failures. And more interestingly, I would like to know how, in those moments, you came out of those road blockages and continued on your intended path.
That's actually a very good question, Arun. Of course, there's always, there's a saying that entrepreneurial journey is never a bed of roses. I put it across in such a way that it's always a bed of thorns, because you don't know what problem just crops up. And yeah, failures are part of it. Initially, the brand was never recognized. The packaging, I failed in the packaging in the initial days. We had to struggle with that. And since it was a little bit of self funded, we did not have that kind of an investment to pump into the business and bring it or do a very fancy marketing also. So that was the most toughest journey. But yes, the word of mouth actually helps. But again, that's a slow process. So it takes its own sweet time. So we started with the word of mouth, getting into the networking forums, especially the business forums, talking about our brand and the good. And we started collecting the testimonies of our customers also. So it took us a lot of time for us to even to grab the attention of the customers. So it's a slow process always. So what I would sum it up is that never lose your heart, stay focused, and be persistent.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you very much for that. Because sometimes when you're going through those lows in our journeys, we need that helping hand. And eMERG is one such community which is promoting women entrepreneurship and empowering women to realize their dreams. So if you are there with an idea and you are seeking that next step, you can join such communities because there are people like Nitya who have traversed this path before, who can help you avoid many of those tripping points so your journey can be faster and smoother. So thanks for sharing that insight, Nitya.
Thank you so much.
Uh, what is next for Nesar? Where do you see Nesar in next 5 years? What kind of markets you are in? What kind of markets you would like to go in? And especially, the purpose of this podcast, Giving Wings to Her Dreams with Dr. Arun B, is also to help you reach out to those potential collaborators, partners, something that you are seeking to expand your business and bring your new visions, new dreams, and giving them new wings.
Absolutely, Arun. We are already present in, especially in Karnataka, through the dealership model. We are already present in Karnataka, but now I'm looking at pan India. So for that, we've already, our brand is available in Amazon, Flipkart, JioMart Seller, My Store, and through My Store, we are also on the ONDC platforms as well. So all of the re-commerce platforms, products are available. So customers can buy it through them, and that's more on a brand perspective, and a B2C or a direct to the customer selling is what we are doing currently. But along with that, on a B2B perspective, we are also offering our products to the small toiletries, to the hotels, to the spas, and to the resorts for their daily requirements. And for the hotels, we do customize it according to their preferences that they have. So each of the hotels have their own different fragrances, packaging. So we change it according to them, and
Wonderful.
we've been supplying it to a lot of hotels and spas as well.
So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. If you seek the goodness of Nesar and you have heard the story why Nesar is natural, herbal, and due diligence and the evidence based product, if you seek any of these products in your business, please connect with Nesar, connect with Nitya. How to reach her, that information, her email and contact information is in the description below. That's good that you are expanding pan India now, Nitya. But isn't there a plan to take Nesar out of Indian boundaries into other countries?
Absolutely, Dr. Arun. I am looking at export market as well. Already our samples have reached places like USA, Germany, and Japan, and in Australia too. We are currently doing the sampling over there so that we get the feedback of the customers from them. And then, yes, in the coming future, our products are going to go global as well. So Nesar is going to be a global brand.
Wonderful. I wish Nesar and you all the best,
Thank you so
Niteshri.
much.
It'll be such a pleasure to see your products when next time I'm abroad in some hotel. If I see Nesar, I'll feel very proud.
I'd be very happy. That's my dream, in fact.
Wonderful. Niteshri, I'm very curious. You have picked the name Nesar. Very interesting sounding name. What does it mean and how that name came to being?
Um, Dr. Arun, with your name, in fact, that has the meaning has it's in your name too. Nesar means the first rays of the sun, which actually gives a lot of life to this earth, and that's the purest form. So that's the synonym of Nesar, and that's where our brand identity also has, which means Nesar means pure, clean, and just out of the nature product. So that's how we framed it as Nesar.
Wonderful. What would you suggest people who do not have that chemistry background that you gained? How do they differentiate between a genuine herbal natural product and a fake?
Uh, Interesting. Over there, the customers have to decide on what are the ingredients that's there. One, we cannot lie on our ingredients, of course, and also we do not, in our labels especially, we do not use any kinds of codes which normal we wouldn't understand those. So that is one thing, and especially in our packaging, a lot of them told me your packaging doesn't look good because it's in a transparent bottle. Who would buy it? But I'm of a belief that what you see is what you would want to buy. So you see it from your eyes that okay, there are no stabilizers, so you pick it up. All you have to do is to shake the bottle and use it. So that's what I believe in. So what you see is what you can feel the product also.
Wonderful. So make sure that you are reading the ingredients, see that the products you're buying do not have any cryptic codes on them,
Yeah.
and also that it is licensed product validated
Absolutely.
by FSSAI and probably
Ayush.
Ayush.
Yes.
Great. Thank you very much for that. Unfortunately, we are limited by time. We are going to do final rapid fire round to close on a little bit fun note.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you 10 questions. Just respond with whatever answer comes to your mind 1st, right? This is just fun. So just take it cool, chill.
Sure.
Can we start now?
Absolutely.
Your strongest leadership trait?
Vision and clarity.
Wonderful. Your secret to inspiring people?
Staying in business for a longer period of time and going through the failures and enjoying the taste of success too.
Your personal success mantra?
Again, being focused, persistent enough, and think of the future, and not to run behind money. The success will come to you.
Great, great. That's a little bit tough for many people. But remember, in every episode, we have been telling when you start a business, first reason you should be into it because you want to create value. I think when you create value, the money follows. At least that's my learning, and whatever
Absolutely.
learning I'm gaining from talking to all the wonderful entrepreneurs here. Your favorite quote?
My father keeps telling me, don't live in the past or in the past problems. Think of a solution and think of a future. So that's my favorite quote.
And move on.
Yes, move on.
Your childhood dream?
Childhood dream was always to be closer to the nature. That's what we enjoyed. Being in Bangalore, born and brought up in Bangalore, we never had that chance. So, but being close to the nature.
Okay, wonderful. The book that shaped your life or inspired you the most?
There's a book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. That kind of inspired me.
Wonderful. That's one of my favorite books as well. One thing you fear the most?
Fear of losing out, fear of losing Nesar.
Wow. That's the passion that, I can see in everything you're talking about for that brand Nesar. The brand is in good hands.
Thank you.
One thing you could change in your past?
The decision that I took, and maybe that kind of affected the business.
And what was that decision?
A financial decision
Okay.
that a long term, which has impacted me, which I'm trying to correct it now.
Great. So you have a mentor who can teach you how to not make bad decisions. So connect with her. Number one wish on the top of your wish list?
Making brand Nesar going global.
Everything is around Nesar. That's the focus. Wow. One word for joy? Nesar.
Nesar again, of course.
Thank you very much, Nityashree. It was such a pleasure talking to you. I wish brand Nesar great success, and I can see with your kind of passion, persistent vision, very soon we will start seeing Nesar all over the world. So my best wishes to you.
Thank you, Dr. Arun, for inviting me today. And it was a great pleasure of having the conversation with you and sharing my journey throughout and sharing the journey of Nesar rather. So I have a small little hamper for you from the house of Nesar.
Thank you very much.
I would love you to use the products and do give me a feedback.
Today you made Arun the first few rays of sun, red rays of sun, to be your brand ambassador.
Absolutely.
Wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, Dr. Arun.
Ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed this conversation with this little girl who had a corporation named after her. But she had dreams of playing along with the nature and bringing the joys and goodness of nature to our homes. That's what brand Nesar represents. If you're curious now to know more about Nesar or to buy the products, in our description, you'll find the link how to explore and enjoy this brand and the nature that Nityashree has given us. Connect with me if you would like to be featured in our future episodes. This is Dr. Arun Bharadwaj signing off. Don't just dream, decide and act, because that is what truly gives wings to your dreams. Remember, today is the first day of the rest of your life. So take the first step. Namaskar.